Hey. That's right, Zeth here. Back again with another Twitch stream. Another hour of making cancerous booty. I sometimes forget how nice life is. Like, I could just stay in my house and just sculpt cancerous booties for a living. It's really good. Like, this is like the best life you can probably have on Earth. This armored booty. I don't know, I can probably make a more armored booty. We'll have to see. My fan mode on, I think it's on performance now. You can tell that my fan is on performance because it's really performing. I think I'll just make the fan part of my stream. Like, it'll be like part of my trademark as a content creator and streamer. Van Gogh Burr. Is it really that bad? I don't see the bar moving unless I talk. This is the way. Have you guys seen the latest Mandalorian series yet? No spoilers, but Darth Vader dies. Dude. Let's got this part. I want. How's everyone been? I was stuck on making myself. I was stuck on making NPCs for my Morrowind house mod. I was thinking about like putting everyone in, but then I realized I'd have to like include more than 1,000 people, like everyone on the bare metal Discord server, and that would be insane. So I decided against putting everyone in the house. By the way, so much detail on this guy and the monster in general. Could it even, in theory, hit performance? No. That's not how performance works. So, what would affect performance is texture size. I believe. I actually don't know what texture size Exanima uses for its creatures. So if I were to make a guess, it would probably be like somewhere between 512 and 1024 textures for the characters. Because I know like the textures are hella optimized, so it's definitely somewhere between 512 and 1024, which is like uh, pretty much any computer these days can run. So it's not really about how detailed the texture is. It's about how many pixels are in that texture and what the file format is. Like PNG would be a lot higher than JPEG, etc. I don't think you're not really supposed to use JPEG for games. I think it's like either like PNG or something else, but I'm not the brightest torch, the brightest candle in the monastery when it comes to that sort of thing. Not many people are active in the server. I wish there were more new people to watch struggle. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's gonna be new people. There's usually new people every time an update arrives. So you might be able to see some new people play the game for the very first time and get their asses handed to them sometime in a few weeks. Probably less than a few weeks. We'll probably hear something about the update next. Coffee Diary. Wow, it's Friday already? No, wait, okay. It's midnight. Okay. I'm like, wow, time flew fast. It's still time did fly fast. I can't believe it's like Thursday already. Nuts. Says you forgot a lamp for that reading spot in your house. Yeah, still have a lot to do on the house. I was just experimenting with like sound. Um, I've just been looking through the activators in the Morrowind construction set, seeing what I can put down. I'm not sure if the dwarven ruins sound is good, because I'm worried it might get on my nerves after a while, all the clanking. But it does sound very atmospheric. Hey Madari, welcome to the stream. No, wait, you've been here before. Welcome back. It's Cancer Booty Stream. Cancer Booty Stream. All this detail is really good, but I have to remember where the wrinkles are, where he bends. When do you plan for House NPC? Or going in maid? No, I was thinking about like putting a bunch of Centurions in there. You know those robot dudes? Because it makes sense. Um, Basically, the lore behind the house is that no one's been in there for ages, so I can't put live NPCs in there. So it has to be like either undead or constructs, or maybe Daedra. One of the three. Banana Born. The textures will be applied both ways. Like most of the texture work. Okay, so I believe what we're using smart materials. That means materials that can detect, um, materials that are based off of that take information from the normal map, which is I don't know if you know what a normal map is, but it's basically it's a bit like a height map slash bump map, but it's a bit more in depth than that. But anyways, it takes that map, it takes the information from that map, and then it translates it. The smart material interprets the normal map, and then it applies multiple textures depending on how the normal map looks. And since the normal map is based off of the high polygon geometry, you pretty much get like an almost one-click solution to texturing. But you still need like manual human input for this. Like sometimes it doesn't go as you might think it would. Other times you have to mask out certain areas, or sometimes the smart material just doesn't look good in a certain area, or yeah, just something doesn't look as good as you had hoped it would. So you have to go in there and manually adjust things. There needs an updated butt. I think we did talk about updating Sir's graphics. I mean, I'm up for it, but uh, I don't know how the community would react to updated Sir's textures. I think it would be a good thing. I think people would be receptive of the idea. But he's kind of like people are like grown onto him as a community mascot or whatever. It does have to be done carefully if it would be done. Now, if you think Lusty Argonian Maid is all the lore you need, you haven't read the true Baron Zia novels. That's just like straight up erotica. Like the devs, those horny Bethesda devs. It's like Todd in his younger years. Like, yep, this sounds good. Let's add it. You want an in-game challenge to get to Sir and kill him with no armor, no weapons. I did talk to uh, I think we talked about Steam achievements in dev chat. I don't think they're a very high priority. At least my interpretation of it. I don't think it's something that is really on the table right now. There's just too much important stuff for us to do first, but it would be nice to have. Steam achievements are pretty cool to have. Old Sir should be sitting in a storage closet somewhere. Yeah, I remember some people didn't like the helmet update, so I think we just left the old helmet in the game as well. We just include the new one along with it. It's the one with like the multiple holes. By the way, in the first place, Sir is not very hard. Are you guys gonna buff him? Uh, haven't really heard anything on that front. If Sir were to be buffed, Matic would be the one to do it. Or yeah. Like all hands are just on the on new content and global illumination for now. By updated, Sir, do you mean like a remade by me? Well, what I would do if I were to update Sir, I would just bring the model into ZBrush and uh, just bump up the existing details up a notch. Not like anything crazy, but just enhance the stuff he's already got. I don't think he really needs any other change than that. I think like the fails and the other bot assets could use that kind of rework too if we were to rework Sir. Yes, that's right. Right now he just has a different texture. I think. Well, actually, he might have some geometry changes too. I'm not sure about that one. I didn't work on Sir. Yeah, he might also have some geometry changes to fit in with animation, with how Exanima animates things. This leg really needs a lot of work. I really like the initial reaction of Sir though. Like I remember my first playthrough, I was like, "Oh shit! What the heck was that massive thing?" Like you first hear the roar, right? Like once you hear the roar, you're already like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna die," and then you see the thing just like charging towards you. A pretty good scare. I feel like Exanima needs more jump scares. Doesn't have enough jump scares. You're disappointed when the weirdest thing you encounter is the gobbler. Oh. There's more where that comes from. Like this one included. I think by the time Exanima is uh, by the time we get Exanima 1.0, there's gonna be a whole army of monsters You can probably fill a small room full of them. At least that's what I hope. I really do like working on these things. Don't really want to stop. Well, I mean, you guys are only spoiled with one creature. Don't blame it on me. You guys spoiled it yourself by coming here. Hoping for return of Dolphin Guy. I'll try to include that kind of head in a future sculpt. And lots of people like that. Any news on multiplayer? No. But it's definitely a priority after the arena update. Like realistically, I think the earliest we can see, like this is my personal estimation, but I guess like the earliest we could see multiplayers maybe maybe like 2000, late 2021. That's like the very earliest. I could be wrong. Like it could come here a bit sooner. I'm not. I don't know anything about networking, so I don't know how hard or easy that would be to set up. I imagine it isn't the simplest task to do. An estimate, not confirmation. Exanima story stream. Gonna be with new GA next week. Yeah. Um, so when the GI update arrives, I was thinking about streaming it. Just like running through the story campaign. It'd be pretty cool. I haven't done the story campaign in a long time. And it would be nice to check out how GI affects everything. And of course I'll stream it. You guys can watch. No, I didn't say like Exanima 1.0 would be released 2021. That would be insane. Well, I saw the sewers in videos and screenshots and stuff. I kind of know what to expect. Especially since I created a lot of the stuff down there. Like, I pretty much create everything down there. Well, except for like the environment stuff and like placing the environment stuff around. All of the tentacles and monsters. That's what I did. And the armor that I can find down there. Not having played Series is heresy. Didn't you know that I'm like an AAA developer now? I've turned my back on the indie scene, and all I care about is money now. So, uh, take that. What do you mean, like play the game that I helped create? That's nonsense. Why would I do that? Of course, you're AAA. You work for Holy Mother. That's true. Honestly, like uh, working for bare metal is pretty darn close to AAA as it comes already. Like I think this is about as AAA as you can get for indie. I'd say more than AAA, but then uh, Trendy Gear Games might fire me for that. I'm like, no, how dare you say that? So for like AAA, you need like a publisher, right? I think the definition for like AAA would be publisher and also over a certain number of employees. So like an AAA studio would probably be like the smallest size would probably be like 150 to 200. That'd be like the smallest size AAA company that would qualify as AAA. Then you need a publisher as well, shareholders, that sort of stuff. S plus, so generous. I think it's we can probably use. Let's go speed this up a bit. Let's go use standard with the default wrinkle brush. Um, lazy mouse. Z intensity like 8. Just gonna use the super hacky detailed brush I use on all of these creatures. Now that I have like most of the base shapes down, I can just use this brush. And it'll help me establish a lot of geometry, which I can further refine. Because if I did all these wrinkles by hand, which I was doing a little bit earlier up here, it would take forever. I have to use this hacky brush. You're sad because you missed all the work on the butt? It's okay. I'll get back to the butt in a sec. The butt's not done yet. Romance update when? We already have romance. Like, Darren's your bud. Darren's your butt buddy. There's no greater love in this world besides brotherly love. Brotherly love and camaraderie. Just throwing down some noise. I know it doesn't look super great yet. After I do this noise, I'm just gonna keep at it. Now symmetry. Seth, you settle on what the other arm is going to be. It's gonna be a shield. Shield with flail. I mean, you guys have like undead now. You guys get to become like necromancers. Why are you guys complaining? You can just keep raising the dead. It's so OP. Like that's how I'm gonna play through the sewers. I'm just gonna get high enough level so I can start raising the dead. I'll just use them as meat shields. That's how I'm gonna play with the sewers. I'll just get like the full plate that makes you basically invincible to attacks, and I'll just raise a bunch of zombies. It's like the power gamer move. Like this area. As we're not having see-through muscles anymore. Markets is the real thing, huh? Yeah, I heard about that. Like, I remember seeing a few videos where people are like, "Oh my god, the markets is so difficult." I don't blame them. Those fails look pretty tough. Was it in like General Sam's video where there's this tunnel where just all these ghouls just kept pouring out of the tunnel? They're just like stumbling all over each other. That was pretty insane. That was like one of the coolest parts of Exanima that I saw. It's like a long brush. It's either like General Sam or Odin or some other uh, Exanima streamer. That clip of me sculpting butts. I bet it is. Mm, is it the one with the broom? The latest Garrus video? Where he beat President? That guy has some mad skills. Mad skills and dedication. I know it's nuts. Like I don't know how they pull it off. They must play a lot more Exanima than we do. I mean, I guess I could probably do it if I tried hard enough. Like I'm pretty good at games myself. I got to like 0.4% in Destiny's PvP leaderboards. I was there for a few weeks, and then all the cheaters, all the cheaters arrived, and now I don't play Destiny anymore. Hey Smiles, welcome to the butt sculpting stream. You missed out on some butt sculpting, sadly, but I think there are a few clips of me sculpting the butt that's being passed around just now. But the reason why the butt has like is all nasty and like has cellulitis and shit is because it's your mom's butt. Oh snap. It's painful watching you destroy some nice detail there with the cellulitis brush. That's what I'm calling it now, the cellulitis brush. Watch out. I've got the cellulitis brush. I can give it people cellulitis. You guys gotta have more faith in me. Gotta have faith in Zeth with his cellulitis brush. I can make anything look good, even cellulitis. Zethers, can we get a jacked up version of the fat crab arms enemy in the sewers too? No. Nope. You guys are not getting that. My crab. All the dungeness belongs to me. Tasty, tasty crab. Imagine if you had cellulitis on your crabs. Would that hurt? You guys think cellulitis on crabs would hurt? There we go. New band name. Cellulitis on crabs. Well, what happened to my draw intensity? Weird. Very weird. Must have been a rat. I always like it when NPCs in Oblivion and Skyrim talk when you like sneak around. Oh, must have been a rat. Did you hear something? Must have been the wind. You just stab him the balls from behind. I guess it was my imagination. Yep. Oh, there's one. There's also one like I have to lay off the skooma. No, wait, that was in like Fallout. Like I should have taken the MTATs or something like that. I like that one. That was funny. Fallout 3 was really fun. I actually spent a lot of time in that game, but I kind of forgot it all. It was really fun, but really not memorable. I just remember I kind of used like a starting rifle for like the longest time ever. I just kept upgrading it and just like training small arms. And I just like used VATS on everything and just headshot explode. It's just like a sneaky stealth archer all over again. Good times. Fallout 4. I also played Fallout 4, but not as long. I think that was around the time I was like starting to get worried. Like, okay, so I'm not in high school anymore. What am I gonna do? I don't have a degree. I don't have any skills. Like all I know how to do is play games. And yeah, I was like trying to build plate armor in real life around that time. I think. So yeah, I just didn't have a whole lot of time to play Fallout 4. Too busy trying to get my shit together, you know. Diablo 1 with a bottle of scotch. Yes, the Fallout 3 hunting rifle. That one. That is a good rifle. I just used it for like the longest time ever. I heard a lot of people like Fallout 4 though. I heard like Fallout 3 New Vegas is where it's at. I think I only played that for a little while. And then I didn't really have time to play single player RPGs too much. Shit, I just missed something. Diablo 1 with a bottle of scotch is the best time. Yeah. Have you tried soju? I like soju. Soju is like my new favorite alcoholic beverage. Soju and sake. Like whenever I'm in Morrowind and like I see like a bottle of Sujama or Matse. Is that how you pronounce it? Like Matse? I'd, I'd either pronounce it like maize or Matse. I probably sound like an idiot right now. But yeah, whenever I see one of those bottles in Morrowind, I'm like, I could do for a bottle of soju right now or sake, one or the other. Your family is Eastern European, so you like to drink moonshine mostly. Well, like soju and sake are kind of like the same thing as moonshine, really. They're both spirits. They're just like grain spirits. I bet like moonshine's stronger though, like a lot stronger. Probably more on the terms of like homebrew vodka or something, right? Mountain Blade Warbands, right? What the hell is moonshine? It's just like homebrew spirits, like high proof spirits, if I'm not mistaken. All I know about the only things I know about moonshine is that it had like it was like banned in the U.S. during the prohibition era, and then like people like make it today as a hobby. It's also like really strong. Like during the prohibition era, I think like people used to brew their own moonshine in like dangerous conditions, so that the moonshine would be kind of tainted, and if you drank it, you'd get really sick or die. I think that's where it got all the notoriety. I know that's like the worst ban ever. Ban alcohol. Oh yeah, we'll just make our own alcohol. It's so easy to make alcohol too. Like all you need is literally sugar. You can make alcohol out of sugar, like sugar and water, and then just like mix it with your hand or something, and then you'll get alcohol after a few days. Give it a swirl with Sir's dong. It'll be like making sourdough. All that wild bacteria. You make alcohol out of a chair. You probably could if like if the chair was made out of a like a very high sugar wood. So like maybe if you got like a sugar maple during winter, where it's like stored all the sugars in the wood, and you chop that down and turn it into a chair, and then you turn that chair into alcohol. You could probably do that. You can out of toilet paper with the right process. What? No way. Really? That sounds nasty. Is it clean toilet paper or is it dirty toilet paper? Because that probably affects the final outcome of the alcohol, doesn't it? I'll deal with that spec later. I think I get onto the arm. Of the arm. Can you brew alcohol from the sewer mushroom thingies? You probably could. Like, if you can make alcohol out of toilet paper, I don't see why you couldn't make alcohol out of the eggs or the mushroom things. Yeah, the egg-shaped organic objects in the sewers. Doesn't mean that they're eggs. They're just egg-shaped. All right. Exanima 1.0 delayed another year. Oh. Asking the serious questions here. Can you make alcohol out of Darren? You can probably make alcohol with Darren. I bet making alcohol with Darren would taste a lot better than making alcohol out of Darren. Wouldn't it be nice to have like a friend like Darren to like make alcohol with? That'd be pretty fun. I'd be down for that kind of friend. That's calm. Just give him like a bottle of whiskey or give him a bottle of moonshine. With alchemy, that should be a thing because alchemy is coming to Exanima sometime in the future. Like if there's ever alcohol in the game, that would be like a good effect. You can share like alcohol with your companions and you'll get like a mood boost or like a calming effect. That could be really cool. Yeah, I'm serious. It's been in the coffee diaries every now and then. I think there's a list somewhere that fans have made of like the stuff coming to Exanima. I don't have the link, but I know it exists. I've seen it before. It's a big list of features. But yeah, Maddock hired a consultant for Maddock hired a consultant to come up with like recipes that makes sense, like real world recipes. So like time and money has actually gone into the alchemy system already. Do you hire a herbalist or a pharmacist? I think he hired like a chemist. When will you do the baby flail spine? Uh, soon, soon TM. There's still like a ton of detailing I have to do on the main creature. I think I want to get the main creature done first, and then I'll finish up the baby. We'll see. I usually go back and forth between areas, so my entire model looks like shit until it's actually done. Seriously, a ton? What's left? A lot. Like, this is just the first detail pass. Like, um, I'm just throwing in a bunch of noise. The main goal here, what I'm doing is I'm adding noise, but I'm also adding noise in a. I'm keeping the noise in a direction. So if you see, like the lines here are perpendicular to how the arm animates, and I've done that over the entire creature. I'm gonna keep doing it until I'm satisfied with the look, and then after that, I'm going to go back with my other brushes and just really enhance the creature, make it look a lot better. Yeah, so there's still a good amount of stuff to do. And the joint here, I gotta fix this joint. This joint is a bit too thick. Maybe try on topological. Oh wait, it's all one mesh now. Oops, it's fine. This also works. But yeah, it is a decently involved process. Usually takes me about a week to 2 weeks to finish the high poly of one creature. So if you figure a week is 40-hour a week, it usually takes me like maybe 60 hours to finish one creature. Depends on how complex it is. But we're making pretty good progress considering this is like the shit. This is like the 9th video. So 9 times 2 is like 20 hours. We've already gotten pretty far in 20 hours. Some videos are a bit longer, so maybe like 25 hours of streaming. That's kind of why I like streaming, actually. I can keep a track of how long it takes me to make things. That is kind of like a question I want to figure out, like how long does it take me to do certain things, uh, and where I can improve, where I can make my work go faster. Where'd my pen? Here it is. I almost lost my pen. That would have been a travesty. Yeah, you know the nub on my pen? It's lasted me forever. I thought it would actually like wear out after time, but no, the nub on my pen is like holding up. It's an absolute champ, and I have like 20 of these pen nubs still from Wacom. Like they just don't wear out. I've I've been using the same nub for all of the creatures, and it's like still there. Pretty nuts. It's a good tablet. I haven't upgraded it in a long time. I don't know if we actually have an accountant. I think Maddock is is the accountant, or maybe Brendan. So you see here, I'm going perpendicular to how the arm animates again, same as the right side of the creature. But when you get this old, you'll understand. When you get like a geriatric age, you get like these arm wrinkles for yourself. You'll be like, ah, okay, Seth knows what he's talking about. The fine wrinkles, fine wrinkles, the chlamydia, crabs. You know, my dad's actually a herbalist. True story. Like my biological dad in China, he's a he's a herbalist. He makes decent money doing it too. Like a bunch of he has a bunch of rich people connections, and he's like bribed cops before. Very cool stuff. My family back in China is actually surprisingly well connected. Like I think one of my aunts is a multimillionaire. Has like her own like steel mill and everything. I should go back and visit more often. It's really hard to go back and visit because of the Great Wall of Fire, the Great Chinese Firewall. I I use a VPN, but even still, the connection's really lousy, so it's really tough for me to go back. Like, really, the only limiting factor for travel is if there's Wi-Fi there and if it's reliable. Medical drug lord. He doesn't do the he doesn't do like the shark fin, tiger penis stuff though. He only deals in plants, so you guys don't have to worry about that. It's not my dad's fault. Everything's going extinct. In China, if you're really rich, you're basically just counting the days till organ extracting bans come. Nah, it's not like that. Well, unless you're like a Muslim, then maybe you're kind of screwed. No, it's not that bad at all. It's basically like any other country. Um, like if you haven't gone before, you should go take a visit. It's actually pretty nice. The main difficulty there though is the language barrier for sure. There's like hardly anything in English, and no one there speaks English except for, well, I guess like people in the airport speak English. But like if you go to a random person on the street, they are not going to know English. They're gonna think you're a weird foreigner. Well, like the younger generation, like my age people and younger, they know a decent amount of English sometimes. Not reliable, sometimes. What about the forever minister? Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, like every country pretty much has corruption problems, doesn't it? Like I get to be part of two of the most corrupt and the most powerful countries. I get to be a part of China and the U.S. Ray. Like on one side, I get shit. What is his name again? Jeez. We'll just call him fucking Winnie the Pooh. On one side, we have Winnie the Pooh. On the other side, we have Trump. So it's basically choose which one is more evil, I guess. Like if we wanted to seal the deal, I would like find a job somewhere in Russia, and then I would get to have I get to be like a part of a trifecta of fun times. We're sculpting the butt again, guys. Don't look away now. This is your one of your last chances to see the butt in all its glory. We should use some inflate on this. Inflate the butt. Give it a butt crack. It doesn't have a butt crack yet. It's just kind of like two legs sticking out of nothing. There we go. Now it's a bit more butt-like. Alright, that was it. That's all you guys are getting. Next one. So what does the darkest skin means? Uh, Not much right now. I haven't touched the RGB in a long time. I'll do that in a bit. But it's supposed to mean, like thicker skin. Turn off silver mood for a bit. I'll work on this area here. Add some connective tissue. Connect these areas together a bit more. Right now it still kind of looks like two separate pieces, which is cool and all, but I do want some better blending here. Let's go merge the shield. I think we should merge the shield now, so we can blend that together. We don't need the spikes though, we'll just split those. I might update the Dynamesh and also the poly paint while we're at it. Some big sculpting done here first. Let's go Dynamesh this. Wait, where'd it go? Here it is. Right in front of me, I couldn't see it. Okay. Let's go mask by cavity. Okay, so let's go fill everything with the base paint. Then we'll do something darker, like that. How's the add? Not the alpha. And maybe something a bit more saturated. Saturated. Alright, that should be good. Like cavity. Mask. Mask by smoothness. Trying to find a good masking here. Yeah, we'll just do mask by cavity. Make it a bit lighter. Alright, do a quick paint over. Something like this, I guess. Oh, we still gotta do the elbows. This one in particular. This area here is gonna be like softer. Oh, shut up, Siri. She who should not be named activated on my phone. Rather annoying. By the way, is the thumb also part of the shield? Yes. It's in there somewhere. Like the entire hand has morphed into a shield. Yeah, this coloring isn't going to be part of the final product. It's just here to really help me visualize what will be what. ZBrush has pretty robust painting tools too. It is a lot faster just to do it procedurally. Paint in the butt. Sexy that camel toe leg. So nasty. Cellulitis camel toe. Hey Jordy, welcome to the stream. And woo to yourself, good sir. Or lady. Oops, fedora. Can you share any limb removal and decapitation features? What do you want to know? About like the decapitations and limb removals. Let's see how thick this actually is. Alright, looks like I can still sculpt in there quite a bit. Uh, I don't think there's anything progressing for limb removals and decapitations. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those features that are put on hold for a while. Damn it, I was hoping to see some limbs and heads flying. Yeah, me too. Me too. Especially with the creatures. Like, it'd be so satisfying to just chop them up into small pieces. But yeah, it's one of those really cool visual features that don't get edited in until much later. Like after all the really important stuff gets added. By the way, if no one knows, if no one here knows about Odin, you guys should go follow him. He's one of the most regular uh, Exanima content creators I've ever seen. You know, it would be also great. Your weapon getting stuck in the enemy body. It actually does that already. Maddock said that there is some weapon stickage that happens uh, when you thrust with weapons. So there's a little bit of stuff like that going on. Obviously, no. Shoot, I think I have COVID now. Obviously, no impalements, unless you get like super glitchy and then like somehow it goes through the mesh. But yeah, that could be cool. Like impalements. Let's go use the handy dandy alpha brush. Let's get a bunch of detail in here. Now that we have something to work with. Imagine doing that thing in your itchy cellulitis hands. I don't want to imagine that anymore. So nasty. I'm gonna turn off the poly paint for a sec, just so I can really see the surface detail here. Pretty important for like the shield. Yeah, you should export your Exanima creatures and put them as mannequins. Eh, too much work. It sounds cool, but like Morrowind is just like my relaxing time away from work. I was thinking, however, like 3D printers have been getting cheaper and cheaper. I've been following some artists who have been using 3D printers themselves. So I was thinking maybe I could like 3D print these, and then we can set up like a bare metal merch shop, and then you can like buy one of these statues to put on your desk or something. I don't know how that would work. But it could be a cool idea. Like, I'd love to have one of these things on my desk, that's for sure. I've been looking at this 3D printer that's like, I think 700 and something, 760 US dollars. Seems pretty good. It's like resin. It uses resin which I hear is pretty good. It's from a video that I watched. Uh, like the art director at um, Sony Santa Monica, Raphael Grassetti, put out a video showcasing his 3D printer. I was like, oh man, I should really get into 3D printing. I was like, what? What would happen if we like print these monsters and then like set up some kind of merch shop for them? It'd be good for like an indie company to get more money. You'll be buying every single creature's skull. Yeah, the thing I'm worried about is either no one will buy them, or like there's gonna be so many orders that uh, like bare metal would have a really hard time fulfilling them all because it's just me printing out from a hobbyist 3D printer in Malaysia. I'm like, oh god, I gotta deal with the shipping too. That'd be pretty nuts. But it could be doable. I don't know. Like there hasn't been any like insider rewards in a long time. I'd have to talk to Maddock and see if like any sort of 3D printing or like merch shop stuff could be something that the team wants to pursue. But yeah, it'd be very viable for me to just like take this model and I'll just like cut it at the joints or something, and then like just add pegs in there. I looked up a few videos on how to make models viable for 3D printing. It seems pretty easy. Well, easy enough. It's not like something that isn't doable. Barak would probably never be satisfied with the quality of his models. I don't know. He does like my work. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been employed for the the 4 or 5 years plus that I've been on the team. But shoot, if we were to make like these sculpts, these like statuettes, and put them in the shop, they have to be painted too. I don't know if I have like time to just like paint every single one of them. That's gonna be really difficult. Anyway, it was mostly just like a fancy thought of mine. I don't know if anything's ever gonna actually come out of it. I know there's like a lot of I know there's a few former game artists who make income by making and selling 3D models, just like figurines and stuff. So I do know it is viable. I'm actually surprised like more game companies actually haven't done this. I know like Warframe. So Warframe, I know Warframe does 3D models. They sell. I don't know if they're printed, like 3D printed, but they do sell figurines of like their Warframes in like a merch shop. Let's go put the poly paint back on. Let's get the last of the details up to this level. And then I'll have to go to sleep because it's 2 a.m. This need to be dynameshed. Go try dynameshing. Okay, a bit higher poly. Let's just go hit it. Just hit it with the detail brush. Some really quick detail, and then I'll sculpt over, add some substance to the forms. I might actually want to do the elbows because they're kind of whack. What? Darren Dakimaku. How do you pronounce that? Dakimaku. Is that one of those like those pillows? Those pillows that like lonely anime enthusiasts hug at night. Yeah, that's what I thought. Shit, does that actually exist? I might actually want to just buy one. No, it's just like a Photoshop. If it's a link from Smoils, you can always tell it's a Photoshop. So disappointed. It's not a shop. Alright, well, I'll check it out after the stream. No way, really? Oh my god. That's insane. I should really stop making like uh like romance jokes. Like someone might actually think it's gonna be a thing, and then they're gonna be really massively disappointed when it isn't. They're like, but Zeth, you said there's gonna be romance in the game with Darren. Why do you keep repeating that over and over again if there isn't gonna be romance? You're gonna be so sad, and then I'm gonna feel really bad. Also, Maddox gonna be like, God damn it, Zeth, why are you spreading lies? I thought we don't do that at Bare Metal. We don't spread lies here. Look, so size isn't everything, especially coming from someone who calls themselves a farmhand. I don't think size is the main drawing factor here. Fuck you, Smiles. I'll have you know, like cock size is related to body size. I'm pretty tall for an Asian, all right. That's all I gotta say. I have tiny hands. You haven't even seen my hands. How do you know what my hands look like? Why are we having this kind of conversation without Boss? Where is Boss? I haven't seen him in a long time. I'm a bit worried, actually. I should go message him. Be like, hey, Boss, we're talking about penises, big hands, and gay sex. You want to come join the stream? I'm sure he'd love to join. Oh, he was banned? Dude. Forgot about that. Ah, well. Seth has tiny legs then. You just try and bait me into like taking a selfie. And then you're gonna like Photoshop my selfie doing something stupid. Ah. Oh my god, I've been hunched over for the past 2 hours. Don't know if we can finish the 4 arms here tonight. I get to sleep. Maybe you should unban him. Some people like him too. I don't know. I have to go over the mods. We did have a discussion in moderator channel about him. Because Dana, you still haven't answered if once the game is released, you're going to model for the inevitable sex mods. I thought I answered. I thought I said no to that before already. Like if people want genitalia, they'll have to model it themselves. You know what I find concerning is like not a lot of 3D artists model genitalia. So like what if the laws governing like digital like entertainment like media in general, what if like people just say, okay, yeah, you can have genitalia uh in entertainment, and it doesn't matter, like nothing bad's gonna happen, like you won't get bad ratings or whatever, your game won't be banned. What I find concerning is like there's going to be a lot of 3D artists who have never sculpted a dick in their lives, or like a ham sandwich in their entire lives. So there's going to be a lot of amateur bits and bobs out there for when that day comes. Can you imagine like the tutorials for this like on YouTube? It's like how to sculpt the male form in all its glory. Okay, yeah, we should probably change the topic to something else before I get banned. I'm actually seeing more and more games with more accurate weapons, like guns and swords and stuff. It used to be really bad in the past, but I think a lot of newer games are coming out with higher fidelity pieces. Like armor is still a big one though. I don't think I've seen a single other. I don't think I've seen any other models that have like the kind of Maximilian armor that I make anywhere in the world. Like not an art station. I haven't seen anything that resembles like actually good armor. There are a few people making decent armor, um, but there's like still a lot to improve. Like I'm not saying I'm very good either, but at least I've gone to a few museums and stuff. Or how got it somewhat correctly. Yeah, I'd say it's Mordhau's a lot better than most games. But still, like, doesn't really look like real armor. Sorry, I'm not paying too much attention to chat right now. Look at these arms positioned. Let's make this one a lot bigger. A bit too big. Lots of stuff Geralt wears as fantasy armor. Get this too. Man, I have a problem with Geralt's armor. So you know, like the iconic armor that he wears, like the chainmail. The chainmail. Basically, they tried to make plate armor using chain, and I don't know, it just doesn't look good at all. They should have just went with like plate armor or something. Maybe like some plate spalders with basically plate arms, plate neck protection, maybe a plate breastplate helmet. Well, maybe not helmet because like the Witcher doesn't wear a helmet. That's kind of his part of his iconic character design. He doesn't really wear a helmet. He just has his long flowing white hair that would make Legolas guilt shit jealous. Yeah, just man, the armor in that game could have been a lot better. Imagine like plate armor in that game, like an actual third person game with really nice plate armor. That's what I want to see. It's too bad I don't have a workshop right now. Otherwise, I would actually go and ask the people who are making the Witcher series and see if they need someone to make plate armor for them. I'd love to be a part of that. That'd be pretty cool. Make some killer plate armor for that TV series. Of course, it'd have to be like real armor. Can't just like 3D model it. I mean, I could, but that would drive up production costs by a lot. Ugh. Alright, guys, I'm probably gonna stop here for today. Got a decent amount done, but there's still a good ways to go. Probably like another 2 to 3 streams before we're done with the high poly sculpt. I'd say 3 or 4 actually. Yeah, 3 or 4, probably 3. 3 strings and I'm gonna be done with this guy. And then I'll go on to doing the retopology. I can show you guys how retopology is done. We can just drag this guy into a different 3D modeling app and then construct a low poly. But yeah, cheers guys. I have a coffee here that I made but I didn't drink, which is a shame because it's kind of lukewarm now. But I have that to finish and then I'm gonna go to sleep after that. Later guys. Thanks for coming. Off to the porn aether I go. No, not really.